against a team who's never won a world title?
Probably just see it as a new game of cricket, to be honest. We all know India's a great team. Us as a team, as South Africans, have been sort of trending in the right direction the last couple of years, but maybe not progressed in tournaments as far as we would have liked. So an exciting occasion tomorrow against a good opposition in India, but a nice opportunity for us as the Proteas as well.
Aiden, you've got quite a few people in your team who've been part of those teams that haven't made finals in the past. It looks from the outside like the difference is you've found a way to win key moments in tight matches. Would you agree with that, and could you expand on that? And why is it, do you think, you've been able to do that in this tournament whereas you haven't been able to do it in the past?
Not 100% sure, but I would agree. I think there's been close moments in games that it would have probably affected the result, and we managed to win those moments. So to have done them 2, 3, maybe 4 times throughout the competition so far is sort of given the team that belief that you can win from any position, which I think is quite important for a team to have that. And guys, we've been together now for quite a few years as a squad, as a white ball squad, and guys finally really understanding their roles within the team, and I think that's starting to help us win those like small margins and those knife edge moments.
Just for ease, I'll take questions where the mics is at the time, and we'll navigate through that. So there's no preferential treatment, it's just where the mic's closer, so we'll just go one at a time.
Aiden, here. First time ever in a world tournament like T20 World Cup, not batters but bowlers are real heroes. So as a captain, how happy are you about that? And as a batter, how tough it is?
Yeah, it's been tough as a batter, but I suppose either way as a captain, whether it's batting or bowling friendly, if your unit of that's putting performances in for you to get the wins, or if they're doing their job like they have been, you're pretty happy as a captain. So I suppose it's been nice for the bowlers. I think T20 cricket as a whole throughout the world now is pretty much been a batter-friendly game. So I guess it's been nice to see for the bowlers and something nice for the bowlers to work with. But yeah, from a batting point of view, it's been pretty challenging. I mean, half and half. I haven't bowled too much, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Aiden, can you tell us how it feels for you emotionally as a captain to be the guy to take South Africa over this frontier, and reflecting on some of the people who've sat in your chair before, some of the great names of South African cricket who haven't quite got there, and have any of those guys been in touch?
Yeah, there's been a lot of support back home, or from back home from past players, which is special for us as a group. They're the guys that inspired us when we were younger, and to now be firstly making them proud, but also having their support obviously means a hell of a lot to us as a team. I don't see it as it was me that got us into this position at all. It's been a squad effort, and a squad that's been together for a few years now, that's been on a journey, and the journey has now finally got us here to our first final, which is a proud and special feeling, not just for me but for everyone involved in the squad. And to have an opportunity to win our first trophy, you have to be in a final to have that opportunity, and to at least be involved in that tomorrow is a massive achievement for us.
So please make sure mobile devices are on mute.
Aiden, are there any of those, like the past players and the past like defeats and things that have come that stand out for you in the time that you were growing up? Were there any in particular that like you remember?
Probably the 2015 one. Was that the one in New Zealand or Australia? Yeah, one of those two against New Zealand. Yeah, that one was probably the most gut-wrenching for me as a cricket fan back then. So I'll probably remember that one pretty clearly. Yeah.
Have you allowed yourself to think what it would be if you were to win tomorrow and you were to be the, as you said, this would be the team maybe that are the one that breaks the new ground for South Africa and wins it?
Not too much. Yeah, it's almost like you get in a competition like this and things move pretty quickly. You play a game, you get on a plane, you fly, you check in at a new hotel and play your next game of cricket the next day. So I don't think there's too much reflecting that happens, but it's more the opportunity and that we have of being in a final that sort of excites me quite a bit. I think after the competition we'll sit back and really appreciate what we've achieved so far as a team. Whether you win or whether you lose, you've gone a step further at least, and for us that's again going in the right direction. But we'd love to get to our first final and be able to win that first final, and hopefully in the years to come that can break the burden of what a lot of other people are saying about us as a team.
Aiden, obviously there was so much made about South Africa never previously having won a semi-final, and a lot of the ex-players just saying how big that achievement is in itself for you to reach a final. But in terms of the mindset of your players going into the final, how do you sort of, leave that to one side and really, pick yourselves up that the biggest game's still to come, and you need to have your best game of the tournament tomorrow?
Yeah, it's important. We were obviously a happy bunch the other night after qualifying for the final, but it's amazing. I'm sure all teams do it, but straight after that game in the change room, you still reflect and you say, guys, we've still got one more step to go. So it's not driven by coach or by captain. The whole unit sort of feels that and is driven by that. As general sportsmen are highly competitive people, and nobody would want to lose, and especially not lose in a final. So I think there's no sort of sense that the guys are satisfied regardless of the result tomorrow. I think there's still a massive hunger for us to go out and win tomorrow's game.
Aiden, it sounded like you had a pretty difficult kind of travel day yesterday. Can you just kind of explain that and whether that's had an impact on players and just generally this tournament? Like, has it been? You've had a couple of tough logistical kind of things. What's that been like?
Yeah, we've had a couple. I suppose a lot of other teams have gone through similar things, and we joke about it as a team and say like we're kind of used to it now, and like it's just been part of this tournament. And I mean, you just got to crack on with things. There's no point sulking around and making it more miserable than what it might already seem to be. So it was a slightly longer day yesterday. I think a lot of you guys were with us, but it was one of those where, like I said, you just bite the bullet. You get here a bit later, you have some food, and you rest your head and wake up today with a really positive attitude about the next couple of days that lie ahead.
Aiden.
Hi Aiden. For back games, for semi-finals, finals, how do you even prepare for something like this, right? Because you guys are playing on a trot right now, so how is the South African team preparing for a game like that with no time?
So there's obviously training this afternoon, but completely optional to the individual. If they'd like to come here, see the ground, maybe have a hit or a run around, or they're also more than welcome to put their feet up in the hotel room or at the swimming pool. And then a lot of it, I think, is just mentally getting sharp and getting up for the game. Cricketers now play quite a lot of cricket and quite regularly and play back-to-back games pretty often, so I don't think it's something new for us as a team to deal with, but definitely important to address the fact that mentally you need to be switched on and have all your energy channeled in the right direction going into tomorrow.
Aiden, how's it, Aiden? You've been in big matches before, semi-finals, finals. You've lost, you've won. How are you... Emotionally, are you feeling any differently than you would in other games for this match?
Not just yet, no. I'm sure you wake up tomorrow, there'll be a lot of emotions inside that you'll be feeling, but for the time being, still just excited at the opportunity, trying not to waste any energy, be it emotional energy or whatever, just wondering about what tomorrow could look like. I think we've always chatted as a team about like taking care of today, and today's a rest day, so making sure we sleep really well and spend a lot of time with the feet up, and then take on tomorrow and see where it gets us.